Lots of interesting topics to go over today. Coming up, we'll go over the new theory of the SmackDown hacker going after Zelina Vega, Charlotte Flair's unique treatment for her character, and one WWE superstar that seems to be frustrated with WWE. Let's start off with one of our favorite topics to discuss, and that's the SmackDown hacker. In just a few weeks of posting teasers, the SmackDown hacker storyline has started up a lot of discussions and theories. So, we've been talking about the identity of the SmackDown hacker lately, but today we'll be switching our attention back to the hacker's next target. It's been a long time since the hacker has come after someone. Ever since revealing the truth behind Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the hacker has been very low-key about who he's going after next, but he assures us that the truth will be heard. Now, the latest theory for the next target includes a Raw superstar. This is something we talked about a while ago as well. If the hacker really has his eyes on the entire WWE locker room, then why is he only featured on SmackDown? A big storyline like this shouldn't be an exclusive to one brand. He should be referred to as the WWE hacker and go after superstars from both Raw and SmackDown. Giving him the option to go after targets from both Raw and SmackDown opens up more possibilities for his story and direction. We've seen WWE start to lighten up a bit with all the brand exclusive superstars, especially with the new brand-to-brand invitational. So if the SmackDown hacker can bounce back and forth between Raw and SmackDown targets, that'll be really interesting. That's the theory that we have going on today. The hacker changed his Twitter bio to say 001 to 002 70090. Notice anything about those numbers? Those numbers can be summed down to 12/27/90, which is December 27th, 1990. Fans were quick to point out that Zelina Vega's birthday is in fact the exact date of December 27th, 1990. The hacker put this in his bio right after Raw, so the fact that it could have any relation to Zelina Vega actually seems like a pretty good theory. Remember last time the hacker encoded a date like this was when he posted 5/10/20, which happened to be the reveal date of his new teaser at Money in the Bank. So he has done this sort of thing with dates before. Zelina Vega is in the middle of some big trouble and drama with her faction. There was some drama between the group and they even kicked Theory out of the group. So if the hacker has his eyes set on Zelina, then he can definitely help reveal the truth of what actually led them to kicking him out of the group. It's just really interesting because if the hacker does go after Raw superstars, then that'll be great because we can get new teasers on both shows. Now, if it has nothing to do with Zelina Vega, we still have to look at the date of 12/27/90 as a clue. Maybe something that's happened in WWE history, or he's referring to someone's birthday. It's just too early to tell. The hacker always claimed that he has eyes everywhere and eyes on everyone. So just from a storyline perspective, wouldn't it make sense for him to come after Raw superstars as well? They are part of WWE after all, so in terms of the story, why would the SmackDown hacker ignore half of the roster over on Raw? If someone is hiding the truth and not being honest over on Raw, the hacker should definitely make some appearances on Raw as well to get those superstars straight. Superstars shouldn't really be excluded from the hacker's truth just because they're on Raw. Yeah, it might be a SmackDown superstar behind the hacker, so that's why they're on SmackDown, but just from the character's point of view, if he's serious about exposing everyone and says that he's watching everyone, he should definitely be going after Raw talent as well. Doesn't make much sense for the Raw roster to be excluded from the hacker. Have him appear on Raw so the entire locker room of both Raw and SmackDown could be fearful of him. Connecting the hacker storyline to both shows will really just add even more intensity because now we know that he can really show up at any time on either show. I think it can just add a lot to the story and heavily increase his list of possible targets. And this Zelina Vega theory does make sense with all the drama in her group right now. And if it is true, it'll be the first Raw superstar that the hacker goes after. If it's nothing Zelina Vega related, then we have to look at other possible meanings behind those 12, 27, 90 numbers. but you can definitely add Zelina Vega to the list of possible targets for the SmackDown hacker. This is a great time to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A large percentage of our viewers are not even subscribed to the channel. So take a second to click that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the new videos. Let's get back into the story. Next up is Charlotte Flair, and the unique direction WWE is taking her character. Charlotte Flair has already been treated like royalty her entire career, but it feels like Charlotte has been getting treated even better as of late, and that's true. She comes out and says that she's the hardest working superstar, and you can't really deny it because she's legitimately working on all three shows of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. It's hard to go against the claim since she's doing all three shows a week, something that no one else is doing right now. Charlotte truly is a workhorse right now. Not only is she working on all three shows, it feels like WWE is treating Charlotte even more special than ever before. Charlotte's matches and appearances feel like special attractions, and that's how WWE is booking it to be. Another thing you might have noticed is that Charlotte's character is one of the very select few that are neutral. Charlotte is not a heel, and she's not a babyface. She's really a unique character, and isn't on the side of being a heel or being a babyface. She's just herself. She's just Charlotte Flair. Having Charlotte in this special neutral role is great, too, because it means you can really match her up to face anyone you like, regardless if they're face or heel. Usually with a heel or a babyface champion, you can only have them fight the opposite character persona. But with Charlotte, she can go up against top heels and babyfaces since she's not committed to either side of heel or face. Another interesting thing to note is that WWE is counting Charlotte's NXT title reigns as a part of her total title reigns. Before, we were all saying she was a 10-time women's champion and 2-time NXT women's champion because we weren't sure on how WWE would count it, but we got confirmation on Raw that Charlotte is being referred to as a 12-time women's champion. So WWE is counting those 2 NXT title wins to her total reigns overall, which is getting her real close to beating her father's record of 16 world titles. Speaking of Charlotte, she also plays a role in the next story. After a really embarrassing loss to Charlotte Flair on Raw, Ruby Riott took to Twitter and posted a few dots, along with a disgusted-like picture of her face. It's the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Ruby Riott didn't say a single thing in her post, but from the one picture she posted alone, we can pull so much from it on how she's feeling at the current moment. This was most likely Ruby's way of expressing a bit of frustration with the current state of her character. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that Ruby Riott was dealing with a horrible injury that required her to take a long time off. Ruby Riott made her long-awaited return to confront Liv Morgan earlier this year and has pretty much done nothing ever since. Ruby Riott is just one of those returns that was clearly mishandled. She definitely deserved better than what she got, and it's clear now that WWE never really had any plans ready for her return. It looks like the match with Charlotte is what made Ruby Riott speak out in a way. Ruby was out there looking like an enhancement talent for Charlotte Flair. Ruby even tapped out before the figure eight was even fully locked in. It's just a horrible look for Ruby when you look at it like that. So definitely some frustration coming in there from Ruby, but hopefully she can bounce back and pick up some more wins down the line. It just looks like Charlotte is on too much of a hot streak right now, so it doesn't look like anyone will really be able to pin her or make her tap out. So it's not the worst thing ever to lose to Charlotte because everyone is losing to her right now. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? How do you feel about the hacker and Zelina Vega theory, Charlotte Flair being booked as a neutral character, and Ruby Riott's frustration? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.